In chapter 32 of my book, From Billy Fury to YouTube, I included this paragraph. My sisters had a friend called Pat Stacey, who set up a club for her friends which she called the Sheredean Club. She organised little concerts and plays in the family back garden and persuaded her father to provide music. They got ambitious and organised a little show in the hall of Front Street Baptist Church at Arnold. I was asked to operate the curtains, one rope to open and another one to close, so I had to stand at the side of the stage. One of the routines was South Sea Island dancing, for which Dad had provided raffia for the grass skirts. I really enjoyed the show and my close-up view of the dancing girls. A full account of the Sheredean Club is in the Arnold Library. In July 2018, 2 months after my book was published, I went to Arnold Library, which is situated 3 miles north of Nottingham, and asked to see the book about the Sheredean Club. The library staff searched for over an hour but found no trace. I contacted Pat, Mrs. Pat Briggs, who now lives at North Petherton near Bridgewater in Somerset. She told me that there were 2 books and she was convinced that they were in the Arnold Library. She gave me the date that she had donated the books and the telephone number of Peter Hunt to whom she had donated them. I soon discovered that Peter is a chairman of Arnold Local History Group and that the books were in their archives and that I could borrow them subject to Mrs. Briggs giving permission. I was put in touch with the secretary of Arnold Local History Group, who arranged the permission from Mrs. Briggs and got the books out of their archives for me to collect. It is a fascinating story, too good to be hidden away in archives. Pat had made a logbook and had got club members, some only 10 years of age, to write accounts of many things they did. Pat was helped by her parents, who let the club use a large garden and sometimes let them hold meetings in the house. Pat's father was often master of ceremonies at local events, and Pat has told me that at school she was known as the girl with the father on the mic. I decided to video the handwritten text accompanied by my narration so that I could load the story to YouTube. This was a very difficult exercise owing to the varying quality of the writing and the state of the logbooks that are over 70 years old. I am 79 years old, and it was sometimes an emotional experience for me because both my sisters were members of the club and the essays that they had written took me back to my childhood days. There are some spelling mistakes and grammatical errors in the text, but they are all written from the heart by those girls from 1945 to 1960, each girl conveying her own impression of the events with simple sincerity. The story contains many references to monetary values before decimalisation. Older people will recognise pounds, shillings and pence, whilst younger ones will no doubt be bemused with references to pound notes, 10-shilling notes, half-crown pieces, 2-shilling pieces, shillings, sixpences, threepenny bits, halfpenny pieces and farthings. Here are pictures and my description of pre-decimalisation money. There were farthings, there are 2 farthings there, 1, 2, and 2 farthings equaled 1 halfpenny. 3 pennies here, and 3 pennies equaled threepence, otherwise known as a threepenny bit. Slang name, a threepenny Joe. There's just 1 penny pictured there, but there were 12 pennies in 1 shilling. There were 4 threepenny pieces in 1 shilling. Two threepenny pieces equal sixpence, and that is a silver coin, a sixpenny piece. Two sixpenny pieces here equal 1 shilling. Two 1 shilling pieces here equals 1 2 shilling piece, also known as 2 bob, and that was also known as 1 bob. 2 shilling pieces here plus a sixpenny piece equaled a half a crown. That is a half crown. That is the back of a half crown. That is a 10 shilling note, and that is the reverse side of the 10 shilling note. There were obviously 10 shillings in a 10 shilling note, or 4 half crowns, or 5 2 shilling pieces, and 2 10 shilling notes equaled £1, which I can't show you because I haven't got an old pound note. The Sheredean story is in 14 chapters of around 14 minutes. The general theme is fun, enjoyment and hard work. Chapter 14 includes how much money was donated to Dr. Barnardo's homes and what Pat Briggs is doing now. They are on my YouTube channel following this video.